Welcome to Central Issues. I'm George Kilpatrick. Tonight on the program, NCAA fever hits Central New York. Well, it's hoops mania in Central New York as basketball fans have a never-before Sweet 16 doubleheader featuring two teams from the region. The #1 West seed Orange face off against the Butler Bulldogs in Salt Lake City in just a half hour from now. Then later on, the Big Red of Cornell will continue their Cinderella run in the tournament against the heavily favored Kentucky Wildcats here at the Carrier Dome side of the NCAA East Regionals. CI correspondent Chris Exhaver found plenty of hoopla in Ithaca and on the SU Hill.
CI on your corner came out to Ithaca, where the weather may be a little bit damp, but it is not dampening the spirits of Cornell fans.
They're playing good basketball. Let's see if they could keep up. They're tenacious on defense, and if they could keep up the offensive tempo, keep up with those big guys out there.
I think it's awesome. It's awesome to see someone from a hometown get far and see them succeed, and it'll bring some attention to Ithaca and Cortland and around surrounding areas, so it's great.
I think it's cool because we're known for, Cornell, Ivy League, they're smart people, but we've also got talent out there. I mean, you've got the Cornell basketball team, Cornell hockey's they just won ECAC hockey, and then the Cornell women's team they lost, but they went to the national championship game, so it's just more than smart. They got some team and some pride for the local schools.
So you expect them to win?
Sure. They're as good as anybody else. They got a great team.
Back here in Syracuse, the weather's about the same, but the fans are so excited for the Orange, even though they're not playing here at the Carrier Dome.
It's the SU community is really a family, and it really feels like we're all together in this. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do or whether we get along together any other day of the week. We're all Orange, we're all fans, and it really feels like that when you go to a game, and it's very exciting, and it's real sport. It's fun.
I think they have a good shot.
SU may be playing in Salt Lake, but Kentucky's right here at the Dome, and fans are coming in from everywhere.
You can't beat being there. The atmosphere and stuff, and hopefully this is going to be good. It was my first trip to the Carrier Dome, and I was surprised that it doesn't seem like you're going to be that far away from the court.
Yep, meet up with my dad and my other brother, and we're just ready to watch John Wall and Patrick Cousins blow them out tonight. It's going to be a good game.
Well, joining us now to talk about all the fun, the hoopla, the planning, and some restrictions is Tracey Kegebein. She's from the Syracuse Convention and Visitors Bureau. Also joining us is Jeff Kramer. He's a humor columnist from the Post-Standard. Allegedly. We'll find out why he's dressed that way in a few moments. Also joining us is Danica Bryant. She's also from the Syracuse Convention and Visitors Bureau. She's the communications manager there. Tracey, big deal, hoopla, fun. This is all good, right?
Absolutely. We've been waiting a long time for this, and it's here, and we're ready for it.
All right, take me back. How does Syracuse actually end up as an East Regional site? What's that process?
Well, the university, Syracuse University, will decide to bid on the event, and we'll put a bid together. We'll help them out a little bit, get some letters of invitation from the community, and make sure that we can meet all of the requirements of the bid. And we submit our bid along with other destinations, and we were the lucky winners this time.
I think it's either our third or fourth time being an East Regional site. We probably had some earlier rounds, as I recall, perhaps?
Yeah, they were here in 2000 and 2005.
Okay, so
most recently.
All right, so what do you have? What are you getting ready for now? This is showtime, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're really focused. We created a local organizing committee about a year and a half ago, and it has representatives from all over the community because, as you know, it takes a lot to put this on. It's not just about the Carrier Dome and basketball. It's about the whole entire visitor experience, and we have visitors from all over the country coming in for the weekend, and we really want to showcase what we have to offer. We want to make sure the area is clean and neat, that there's things to see and do, and that the visitors are aware of that. We want to make sure when they come into the airport or drive into the area, they know where they're going, so directions are important. So there's a lot of people that come into play and help out to make this a great event for our visitors.
So you all were kind of panicked when 81 was shut down for 3 weeks before this, huh?
Well, we didn't panic, but we had some alternative arrangements made just in case. We figured being well prepared is the way to do it.
All right, so you have hotels, you have a whole committee of people who have to get together, and what are you looking to do for the visitors?
Well, we're looking to make sure when they come in, again, logistically they can get to where they need to be, have a great hotel experience. But once they get to the hotels, we want to make sure that they have information on the area because, you know, the games are a part of their weekend experience here, but they need to find a place to eat, maybe some things to see and do. There's no games tomorrow, so we want to make sure they're out and about the community while they're waiting for the Saturday game. Spending money, absolutely.
All right, we talked about seeing red, orange, of course, reference to Cornell. That's why I have both of these colors on.
Great.
But it's also about the economic impact. What do we expect? What are you hoping happens, and what do you expect happens? What's your projections? Because obviously that's part of the bid.
Absolutely. We're looking at an estimated travel spending amount of about $5.3 or $4 million, and that's visitors coming into the community that will stay in our hotels, shop around, use the restaurants if they're driving in, gas, and so on and so forth, plus basketball tickets. But we also, they estimate that out of the 25,000 that are expected at the Carrier Dome, perhaps 30 to 35% of those will be out-of-town visitors. The rest are locals who will drive in for the game, but they will also bring money with them and leave it at our restaurants and at the Carrier Dome and perhaps do a little shopping while they're here as well. So the overall economic impact for the community is estimated at over $7 million.
All right, I see you have on your Kentucky blue.
Yes, I do, but when I go up to the Dome a little later to be a volunteer, I'm going to have my orange jacket on.
All right, so Kentucky being a part of this is actually, you're happy about that.
We're thrilled about that. I was down at Armory Square at lunchtime, and there are an amazing amount of Kentucky visitors that have driven in. I talked to one couple who drove 11 hours to get here, and they're staying in the area, and they were having lunch at Kitty Hoynes, and it was awesome. David Hoyne, who is one of our great community ambassadors, brought out the gentleman's cheesecake and had written on there, "Go Wildcats" on it, and they were just thrilled. So, you know, we've got some people from Seattle area that we believe are coming in, and I know West Virginia will travel in. So, and even there's some Cornell people we've talked to that'll actually come up and stay for at least a night. So we expect a lot of out-of-towners here.
But you gotta, you know, but one of the things you have to fight against, right, is the cynicism of the local people, right?
Sometimes our locals can be our own worst enemy, and those people that come in from out of town sometimes remind us of what a great community we live in, how awesome the the attractions are, and how much there is to see and do here, and how we're really a mini city with the conveniences of a small town.
Speaking of cynicism, Jeff Kramer. Jeff, you're a little cold?
Well, you know, I'm starting to warm up because I want to wish everyone a happy spring. I'm a little cold. It usually takes me till about the middle of July before the juices really start going. But I'm doing better. I've actually have fewer hats on than I had 2 weeks ago.
Because it's
it's warmer.
Yeah,
it's
warmer.
warmer. I mean, tomorrow is going to be. It sounds like tomorrow will be tough. But actually, it's not going to be bad. I think it's going to be in the high 20s tomorrow, so it should be a nice day.
Is that what you see? What you have to put up with?
Absolutely.
Welcome to Syracuse, right? If you're watching at home. All right, but you joking. You said you might take this off by what? Mother's Day? You said when it gets warm. Oh no, you said July.
Well, no. Obviously I won't be wearing the parka at Mother's Day. I'll go for more of like the double fleece look. You know, I might even bust out shorts.
Okay, see now you see
Danica's like nobody wants to see anyway.
Danica's like cutting you a look, so you better cut it out.
I was gonna say I had sunglasses on today.
Right. You know, I grew up in Seattle. This
is home for you.
This is home for me. Yeah,
this is like
very comfortable with this.
In fact, growing up in Seattle, you actually came through Southern California before you came here.
Yes.
So what was your first impressions of the area?
My first impression was very much like what was said over here, that there's actually a lot to like about this area, and that the people here are very hard on it, and sometimes miss some of the great potential and the great existing features of the area. And I think the real tragedy is now that I'm one of those people that's just harder on it than anybody. It's so unfair.
Well, can you make us feel good? Do we have more sun than Seattle in Syracuse? Don't forget about the snow. I'm just talking about cloudy days. Is Seattle cloudier than Syracuse or not?
Syracuse is cloudier, I think.
Just in general?
Yeah, you get a lot of partly sunny days in Seattle.
Okay. But doesn't it rain every day?
It rains every day, but it doesn't rain all day.
Okay, there you go.
Although it can.
All right.
It's not a contest you want to be in.
No, you don't want to be in it. But you're a Husky. You're a Husky